Um, so my talk today is about the CBS show Survivor and why it is the greatest competition ever known to mankind on Earth. So before I get started, has anybody here watched Survivor or seen an episode? It's a yeah. So it's a at least it was for a while a pretty big pop culture phenomenon. So I'm gonna just kind of jump right into a little bit of a cold open. So here, picture you're in the year 2000. You're stranded on a desert island with 16 strangers. You're this guy right here, Richard Hatch. You're the first guy. You realize that instead of just surviving and going out to get food and stuff, there's actually a game to be played in this, and you can vote people off. And the winner of this competition gets $1 million. You're there with your best buddy, Rudy, who's an ex-Marine, and you guys have played together through the game the entire time. However, he's also somebody who is really popular, and everybody really likes him. And the thing is, the people that you vote out eventually become the people that either vote for you to win or lose. And there's only 2 spots in the final tribal council. So you're also with this girl, Kelly Wigglesworth, right there. And she has rubbed some people the wrong way. She's a very strong competitor, but she's also somebody who not a lot of people socially like. And you're kind of in between that. People know that you've been dominating the game strategically, but also you're not as universally loved as Rudy. So what do you do in this circumstance? Do you want to go to the end with your most loyal partner? Or do you want to try to beat him and then take the other person to the end who is much more beatable? But then that proves that you're not really loyal, and people might think that you're some sort of snake for cutting this guy who's been your best friend the whole game. It's kind of an impossible puzzle to solve. So I'm going to come back to that and get into a little bit more about what exactly is Survivor. So if you don't know, Survivor is a competition. It's a reality TV show, basically, one of the first of its kind, that lasts for 39 days. There's 16 to 20 contestants that all kind of try to outwit, outplay, and outlast each other for $1 million. How you do that is it starts in usually 2 or 3 tribes, and those tribes do competitions against each other to win immunity. If you don't have immunity, you have to go to tribal council, which is where somebody gets voted out of the game. So there's a lot of, strategy and stuff that goes on with this. You have to form alliances with people that you like. You have to, there's enemies you might make for people you don't like, putting the target on their back. Do you want to keep somebody around who's stronger, but then they might actually beat you in the end? Do you want to keep people who are weak, but they could cause your tribe to go back to tribal council? There's just a lot of really interesting strategic decisions to be made in Survivor. And one of the most common questions I get from people is like, oh, this is fake. Like, come on, they're not actually going to be out there in Desert Island. It's real, gosh darn it. Look at this guy. He started the game, as a regular looking dude. He ended the 39 days later. He's a crazy looking person. He's Skeletor over there. So like these people are actually starving out on desert islands. They are only eating rice, and you get to watch it all from the comfort of your couch. So Survivor's been going on since the year 2000. There's actually been 38 seasons aired. A 39th one is premiering in just a few weeks, and a 40th season, which a lot of people are really excited about, is coming out next spring, where all winners who have won Survivor before are all coming back to play one more time. So there is a ton of content to watch, and while it used to be very, very popular, like American Idol levels popular, it was like one of the things of the day. It's kind of fallen in the ratings over time. Like, there's like 51 million watched the first finale, season finale. Like around 36 million watched the second season. And that's kind of gone down now to still around like 9-ish million, which is still like a good amount of people for a network TV show these days. Just real quickly, I just want to talk about like also how many different ways there are to play this game. Without spoiling if these people have won the game or not, they're all considered to be some of the best people to ever play Survivor. Sari Fields is somebody who's like, she's a nurse, she's a mom, and her kind of story is she got up off the couch. She's not really the most shaped. She's a little older than a lot of the other castaways, but she has an amazing strategic mind and is great at forming social bonds with people. So she was able to manipulate people around her to do things when perhaps it's not in their best interest to keep Sari around. There's also Parvati Shallow, who also kind of is in a similar way, but comes at it from a different angle. She plays up the flirt card heavy, and she flirts with guys basically to get them to vote her way. But she also has an amazing strategic mind as well, and can do some insane things with these guys. They're just twirled around her finger. Her famous alliance is called the Black Widow Brigade because they're all a bunch of women who just chow down on men, basically, and force them to do whatever they want. And then you have Tony Vlachos over here, who is just one of the most insane people to play the game. It's a lot of people like want to make trust and build alliances with people. He does that, and then he just flips right on people every way. He just is constantly just running around like a crazy person, stabbing people in the back, like at all costs, and somehow making it far in the game. Yeah, so actually, there's still so many devoted people that watch Survivor that they're actually college versions of Survivor, and I participated in one at the University of Michigan, and we actually recorded it all, and it's airing right now on YouTube every week. So check it out. It was so much fun. You can see me up at Tribal Council there. I'm doing a weird dab thing there. I'm running in the snow there. It was probably the best semester of my entire college experience. Yeah, so going back to, are we at the end? Okay, so just real quick going back up to this beginning story. What Richard Hatch decides to do, I think, is one of the most brilliant things ever. He realizes he can't beat Kelly Wigglesworth. He realizes he can't beat Rudy at his end, but he doesn't have the heart to vote him out. So what does he do? He steps off of the immunity challenge, making it so that he doesn't have to make that decision to bring someone to the end. Kelly Wigglesworth ends up winning that. She takes Richard, and, well, the rest is history. Thank you, guys.